Okay, great. Then let's start. Hello, my name is Piet, and I'm very happy to be here today to talk about two things that are close to my heart. Saving the environment and fighting overconsumption. I see you all looking in and thinking, wait, Peter, I thought we were here to talk about repair and rental. That's true, but I'm correct as well. Because with the repair and the rental application, you can set up some amazing businesses or business flows that work towards both of these goals. Setting up a repair flow enables businesses to become more circular, which has been increasingly important in today's economy, and it avoids throwing away a perfectly good product if only a small part is broken. And offering rental services allows customers to quote unquote share your product instead of having to buy it outright. I genuinely believe that offering repair and rental services is not only good for the environment, but also is a solid business decision for your company going forward in the future. Okay, enough with the idealistic mumbo jumbo. Let me talk about what you're really here for today. What are the new features in Odoo 18 for the repair and rental application? Oh yeah, and my name is Piet Gruiters. I have been working here at Odoo for 4 years as a consultant, starting at the Quick Start team, implementing small and medium-sized enterprises, then going to MMC, bigger companies, a bit more complex, more money, so more developments, often unfortunately. And then coming back to the Quick Start as a team leader, now helping the team implement Odoo as best as possible. Over the years, I've always been attracted to the manufacturing applications, so I'm happy to talk to you today about Repair app together with the rental. And if you haven't done it already, please scan the QR code to ask any questions you have during the talk, and I'll happily answer them after the demonstration. Okay, I'm sure there's one question that everybody has had in their minds. Why am I combining the repair and the rental application in one talk? Well, the reason is this. Creating a repair after a rental has never been easier. We have streamlined the rental to repair flow, and we've made it way more human error-proof, let's say it like that. Now we can create a repair immediately after a return from a rental, and we are pre-filling all the necessary information that we have to make sure we are setting the correct product, the correct customer, the correct return on your repair. I'll show in Odoo how that works later. Next, quality checks are way more accessible. We can set them everywhere. We can add a quality check on the returns, making sure we don't accept any broken rented products back into our stock. We can set a quality check on our repairs, finally, making sure our repairs are done reliably and efficiently, and making sure we don't sell or send back any repaired products that are just not up to the standards that we want to deliver. And then we can process a quality check. We can process it faster by choosing the default destination location after failure. You'll see in my presentation that I have set up a default repair location after failing a return. Finally, we've streamlined the inventory management of repairs. How, you ask? Well, now we can set different default locations on repairs. This might not sound that impressive, but this is something that people have been asking for a long time. So what does this mean concretely? We can now choose where our repaired products are coming from and going to by default, and we can choose where our components are coming from and going to by default. This allows you to set up a separate repair and stock location. You can send your to-be repaired goods to this repair location, making sure you don't sell them by accident, while at the same time you can take your components for your repairs from your basic stock location. This sounds all very logical, yes I agree, but before in 2017 we had to get these components used for repairs in the separate repair location. In the end, what does this mean? It was more useless transfers. This was not realistic to how a warehouse was looking. So this small improvement, but meaningful improvement, will make your lives again easier. And as was already the case in V17, we can automatically move recycled or scrapped parts to a preset location. You'll see all of that as well in the demonstration. So I want to show it to you, but let me quickly introduce the use case. So this is actually a very personal use case to me. A couple years ago, me and some friends of mine decided to buy and renovate some camper vans. And yeah, we used them in the weekends to go hiking, climbing, surfing, whatever. If it's adventurous, you name it, I'll do it. But of course, we cannot use it every weekend. So we started renting it out to friends and family. One thing led to another, and suddenly I have a small side hustle, let's call it like that. And I thought to myself, which better system to use for any startup beginning company than Odoo? That's exactly what I did. So I use I'm already using the rental application to rent out my van and any other camping gear that we have. And I'm using the repair application right now to keep track of anything that needs to be repaired, if it returns broken or if there's normal issues that arise after using it. But while using it, of course, like everybody, there's some frustrations that you have in Odoo. And a couple of pain points that I had was the lack of traceability on my repairs after returns. So sometimes something ended up back in the stock while it should have been repaired, and I'm renting it out while it's actually not appropriate. Another issue that I had was the high cost of broken returns. So we didn't keep track properly who was actually breaking the gear or the van. Well, the van you know, but the gear you might not know. So in the end, we were paying it for ourselves. And so I'm very happy to say that these small issues in my life will no longer be an issue with Odoo 18. Okay, enough talking. Let me jump into Odoo to show it. Okay, great. We're in Odoo. First thing we have to do, of course, is create a rental. So here we have the rental overview, and I can create a new rental from here. Let's imagine that today in the evening, somebody comes up to me, Jack from OXP, is like, wow, Piet, that's a very interesting business. I want to rent out your van as well. Great, I can add him here. I can say, okay, Jack wants to go from Friday to Sunday. Automatically, as you know, the duration is calculated. And I can use the catalog and quickly choose the materials that I rent out to say, okay, Jack wants to rent out the camper van. He also wants to go rent a surfboard to go surfing. And let's say he wants to rent 2 camping chairs. Jump back to my quotation, and of course it's added very quick in the order lines, as you can see with the now combined product name and product description. And Jack is a smart one, because he gives me some beers before I agree to this, so I said to him, I'll give him a 10% discount. Okay, I can choose add a global discount. Voila, in one click, the discount is added and my total is calculated, and I can confirm my rental. Now, for the people that were not here last year in 17, we have, of course, the transfers linked to my rental, so you see that 2 deliveries are created through transfers from stock to the partner, from the partner back to the stock. So I can also just use the action button to pick it up, and then I can validate. Before I validate, of course, I want to do a quality check. I want to take some pictures before handing the keys to the customer, to Jack. So let me add a picture of the van. I validate. I'll add a picture of the surfboard as well, and validate as well. And then I'll add a picture of the camping chairs, and we validate as well. And then I just validate the transfer, and like that, I'm done. You see in the top as well that we already have a smart button linked to the return. We also have, of course, the traceability showing the serial numbers, the parts that have been moved away from stock. And we have our moves, where we can find as well our quality checks and our pictures. Now, Jack returns after a couple days. What do? I will just go to my rental application. I choose the filter picked up, so I know that I have to do the return. I can just click on the return button, and now I can validate, but again, I'd make sure to do a quality check. I compare the return products with the pictures taken during the pickup quality. As you know, I showed you where to find it. In a few clicks, I'm in my rental, I'm to my delivery, I go to my stock, and I can find my quality check and I compare, right? Just do Alt-B, up, and I'm back. And I can say, actually, Jack is not that good of a driver, and he has some scratches on the bumper. He told me as well that the fridge is broken. I think it might be a fuse that is blown. And then he told me that the gas stove doesn't work. Okay, sure, fair enough, but I will fail it. And now you can see that by failing it, we can immediately choose where we want to send this part that's with the failed return. You can see that the right serial number is already set, the quantity is set, and I have 2 failure locations. Well, for me personally, I use 2 locations, and I basically decide based on how big is the problem. If it's a major issue, a major quality issue, I move it to the repair location. So it's outside my stock and I cannot rent it anymore. But if it's something smaller, which is fine, I still should repair it, but it can be rented out maybe for 2-3 more times, I move it to the stock. Well, with the gas stove, I think I will move it to the repair location, so let's confirm it. Then I get the surfboard back. Let's say that it needs some wax. So I can fail that as well, but this one is clearly not that important that I should move it to the repair location, so I'll move it to the stock location. The chairs, they look good. Okay, then I just validate my return, and now again, you can go to the moves, and you can see here that actually my camper van is immediately moved to my repair location, while my other 2 are back in my stock. Okay, so now Jack is gone. What do? I want to make sure that I don't forget to put these repairs. I need to do these repairs. So first, I click on the smart button here, repair. Immediately you see Jack from Odoo, the customer is already filled in. My return is filled in properly. And if I want to say, okay, I want to repair my surfboard, for example, you see that it's only the 3 products that were on the rental that I can choose. So I say surfboard, and the only possible option of the serial number is the one that I just returned. So these are these small improvements that make sure that you don't make any of these mistakes that are normal to make. Now these are gone. Okay? I can, of course, add some wax, and let's say quantity 1, and then I can schedule a date. I think after XP I won't do it yet, so maybe do it on next weekend. Just like that, I can confirm. Maybe one quick thing, as you might have seen before, we can choose our operation types in our repairs now. So I actually have 2 operation types. The one with repairs with quality check, or one without, minor repairs. Here I'll choose minor repairs, and here what you see as well is we have our product source location and our component source location, as I mentioned. So here, because I moved my surfboard back in stock, I can say my product source location will be stock, and my components, my wax is also in my stock location. That looks good. Everything looks great. I can just confirm, and it's scheduled. Now, of course, I can create the second repair from here as well for my camper van, but I will show you a different way. So you can also just go to repairs immediately. You see here, I will come back on this overview in a second. I can go to repairs with quality check. I create a new one, and if I say I want, I take the return 6, you see immediately Jack from Odoo gets selected. That's good. So that means that I won't forget to re-invoice any cost to Jack. I can choose the camper van, one of my 3 products, the camper van. I can choose the lot and serial number, the only one that was rented out. All of this makes your life like way more easier because you make less mistakes. Then, as was mentioned also by Fabien this morning, we now have the catalog view on the repairs. So we can choose here the materials. But 1 second, what was wrong again with the camper van? Well, no worries, I can quickly go to my return. I go to my quality check, my camper van, and it was, yes, scratches, a fuse blown, and the gas stove. So, okay, Control B, back, and I will add them here in the repair notes, just like that. And then I can go to my catalog, choose my materials, need to add a fuse, need to add a gas stove, and need to add some paint. Back to repair, and it's already added all the lines very fast in my repair. Okay, that looks good. Now, miscellaneous. As we've shown with the previous one, again, we can choose operation type, but here, my product source location is repair, while my components are still coming from the main stock location. So this means that I don't have to have paint or the gas stove or the fuses in a separate repair location as we had to do in V17. Okay, that all looks good. I can just confirm. And now I can start my repair. So I will start the repair. Obviously, once I start, I need to mark these parts as used. So I add the fuse to my electrical system. I add the gas stove. But while adding the gas stove, I actually realized that yeah, the one that exists already is actually not that bad. I'm pretty sure I can resell it at least for a good price. So I can just click on recycle, add a gas stove as well, here, set component 1, like that. And I can mark that as used as well. And then we can fix the paint. And finally, just to show you all the 3 options, we can also, let's say, remove something. So let's say there's some LED lights that are broken. I want to remove it. I want to scratch it. I can do that as well. Then I can enter repair. Oh, I cannot enter repair because I need to do quality check, which is I need to check if whatever was wrong when I did the return is now fixed. Well, I already added it here in the notes. Looks like I did everything, so I can pass my quality check and I'll end my repair. And just like that, I have done a complete flow from my rental, letting it, picking it up, returning it, creating a repair order from that, and just following through the repair flow. Very quick, very easy. It doesn't have to get harder than that. And of course, I can also now, which is quite nice, the final thing I want to say is you have now a repair overview. So if you have multiple types of repairs, you can, and you create different repair operation types, you can see them here as well. See them when they need to be done, and you can go dig deeper and plan them as well. That's really the flow. And I hope you noticed it, but during this talk, I basically solved my 2 pain points. My lack of traceability in repairs, well, that's gone because now I make sure that the connection, repair and return is always there. So let's remove that one. And then the high cost of broken returns. Well, I didn't show it to you. I can show it to you quickly on repair. But let's take this last one that I just did. I can, of course, create a quotation from here, confirm it, create an invoice, and re-invoice my customer for the damages that they have done. So that one, bye-bye as well. That's really my the complete flow. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the pad.
Thank you, Pete. It was a very, very clear presentation, but it doesn't go without a few questions, of course.
Of course.
All right. Is it possible to link a manufacturing order with a rental repair?
I am not 100% sure, but as you can choose operation types, we would need to test it. I don't have it in my database open now, but I would definitely go double check with the expert boots.
Indeed. All right. And then, is it possible to rent something with a monthly fee and not by computing the overall price for the whole rental period?
Yes, I know that's a question that we ask a lot. So if a monthly fee, but then we more often go look at the subscription module with a monthly fee rather than working with like the rental.
All right.
Or you would have to recreate the rental each time.
Okay. And then there's a question about what if I want to outsource my repairs? Is it possible? If the repairs that we do is outsourced?
Yeah, I mean the thing is that you could create you could use a product that needs to be purchased. Like, okay, now I had my components that I use for my repair on stock, but you could use a component that is something that you have to purchase from a supplier.
Okay.
I would need to know the exact flow. It's definitely
Makes
come
sense.
afterwards, and we can talk about it.
Of course. In case there is a warranty, can the warranty be linked to a specific serial number?
The warranty be linked to serial number.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could add some documents on your serial number. That's where I would add it. There's no warranty field on the. Well, I mean, no, there is a warranty field, but I would need to check.
In case, for testing, of course, we have the booths, we have the experts of the subjects waiting there. If you want to check specific flows, feel free to come and see us there. And moving on with the questions, Pete, would it also apply the return from sales order or only to the return of the rental?
No, it works on a return on a sales order as well.
All right.
Because actually, I mean, that's what we did last year. The rental and the sales order are basically, technically they've become a bit the same. There's just a different, there's some different views on that.
And then about uploading the pictures for the quality checks, can you upload multiple pictures? Or it's only one?
I am not 100% sure. I think it's one. But if you have multiple, you can upload per product. So you could say I have multiple quantities, so you do multiple pictures. Yeah.
All right. Questions keeps adding up. Can we use the repair module without linking it to a customer?
Yeah. Now the customer gets added automatically, but if you don't want to link it to the customer, you just remove it.
Let me read out the last question probably. Can you do the repair for a product under warranty and the quotation would be a total of 0?
Well, I suppose if you do the checkbox under warranty, then you wouldn't make a quotation in the end.
All right.
Right?
Okay. And if you have 2 serial numbers of the same product, but only one need repair, do you have to fail all the other orders?
No. So you remember that I choose first my product and then the serial numbers. So you will only see the one that has the failed quality check. Well, I mean, I would again have to check it again. It's a good question, but you know that you can set your quality check on your return either per product or per quantity. So if you have 2 serial numbers, you could set your quality check per quantity. So you have 2 quality checks. You could fail one and not the other, and that allows you to only see that one that failed in the repair.
And how do you charge in case of like a broken item? How do we charge the customer? In both cases, when the item is moved to the stock and repairs.
Well, so if there's a broken item and you repair it, you just create a quotation from that.
with the time remaining, Peter, I think that's it for the questions.
I'm sure
And,
there's definitely more questions. Feel free to come to the booth afterwards.